Alright, hello everyone. This is Kingdom welcoming you to a Clan War Dota 2 commentary. This is from the MLG ladder tournament that's going on
10
right now
seconds
in
remaining.
North American region. It's a very cool
5
tournament.
seconds
The MLG
remaining.
people are running it pretty well, so very happy with that. I've been playing with FMR on
Reserve
some of their
time.
games in that tournament. This game, though, is given to me by Fuse from Infinity Gaming, so thanks to him for getting me this replay. It's Glimpse Dota versus Infinity Gaming. It's from a couple weeks ago. Everything slowed down over Thanksgiving weekend, so except for DreamHack, nothing was going on, and so poorcasters like me
Dire
weren't able
team
to get
pick.
some replays for a while. But hey, got this one now. Good to go. So in this draft so far, we're seeing Glimpse Dota kind of drafting a team
Sven
fight lineup
stands
early game
ready.
with Sven obviously for the carry.
Radiant
Sven, of
team pick.
course, just such a strong carry in these recent patches. He got buffed his Warcry and also to his cleaves, so very strong hero. Definitely saw him used very successfully in DreamHack. Then Infinity Gaming are running what looks, well, yeah, this is kind of, I guess, a more classic lineup, a little bit older than this
10
Sven craze that's going on
seconds
right now.
remaining.
Pudge, of course, has kind of been in the fringe,
5 seconds
picked every
remaining.
once in a while by a couple here teams who have good Pudge players. Like, of course, Dendy's Pudge was always a
Reserve
force in the
time.
International 2, that kind of thing. So I've heard that Infinity Gaming like to run the Pudge with some frequency, and I'm excited to watch it because Pudge is just always fun. The hook's going in, and you're like, holy crap, hook! Oh my god! Every single time, it's awesome. It's way more exciting. Just waiting for this last pick here from Infinity. I do see some interesting picks and bans here. Haven't seen Nature's Prophet picked or banned as much recently as he used to be. Rubik made it all the way through to the second ban phase. You're seeing also Dirge first ban as well as Invoker first ban. Dirge first ban is a new thing. Invoker first ban is something that I haven't seen in a long time, so I'm guessing that Infinity
10
Gaming,
seconds
I
remaining.
haven't watched too many of their games, so I don't know this, but I'm guessing they
5
must have a really
seconds
good Invoker player,
remaining.
because otherwise I don't think he merits
Lion.
the ban.
Dire
Lion
team
here is the
pick.
last pickup, so another kind of support hero, so it's going to be okay. I guess we'll wait until we get out of the hero picking stream to introduce players. Just gonna, I mean, so trilaning is really the thing nowadays, I guess. Which is why I'm a little confused about this Glimpse Dota lineup. I'm guessing maybe that they're going to run the Disruptor solo mid, or possibly also Venomancer solo mid, or Hero solo mid. I think all of them are viable solo mids. Excuse me. And then Windrunner, of course, off lane or safe lane solo. Probably an aggressive tri lane out of them, I would guess. With this Sven, Jakiro, and Venomancer or Disruptor, that's probably their strongest option. Whereas Chaos Knight, I don't know. Like, it all depends on. Chaos Knight's just one of those heroes who
10
needs to
seconds.
get a good
10
start.
seconds
And if he
remaining.
gets a good start, he's absolutely dominating and powerful. But if he
5
doesn't get the start
5
that he
seconds
needs,
remaining.
he's really not able to deliver on the same level that Sven is. So, alright, go ahead and take a look at these lineups here. We're going to see a little fan on this Pudge. We're going to
Prepare
see
for battle.
Torch on the, I think this is a support Leshrac. Yeah, support Leshrac. Big N on the Chaos Knight. Bert on this Lion, and then the offlane Tidehunter is going to be played by Fuse. Then on this up here, we're going to see Sports on this Jakiro. We see Monsanto on the Windrunner. Bitrate on the Disruptor. RD on the Venomancer. And Hellfire on this Sven. Are we seeing dual lanes? Is that what we're doing? I guess we're... No. Guess not. Okay, so it is going to be an offensive tri lane. I was confused there for a second. I was like, why is Venomancer going top? So I do like this Disruptor solo a lot. I think Disruptor is a hero who can have a massive impact in games if he gets levels. I mean, he still has a pretty big impact as a support, provided your supports can get levels, but if you give him a solo lane, in early,
30 seconds to
Static
battle.
Storm is absolutely insane. Early the points into Glimpse before people get tanky is absolutely insane. And Thunderstrike also is an incredibly strong nuke early game. And then your kinetic field obviously is great for crowd control. It's great for Sven to set up his Storm Bolts and for Macropyres and Venomancer ultimates. So I definitely like this pick and I like his usage as a solo hero. And on the other side, we're going to see Big N's kind of hiding over here. Chaos Knight, they're not really needing to protect their poles. It looks
The
like the
battle
Dire are
begins.
not contesting them at the moment. We will see Lion has sentries already to deward if he needs to, and Torch obviously laid a ward up here. So of these two Trilanes, I think they're actually pretty even. If Lion goes for an early point in mana drain, he could cause a lot of problems for the Dire Trilane. If you drain Sven's mana, he's pretty useless in a Trilane. Oh, Torch, you might be in trouble, man. You went to the wrong spot. This could be first blood right here if Jakiro can land an Ice Path. No. Ice Path will miss, and Torch will get out just fine. Taking a couple points of damage, no big deal. So now it's really going to come down to who can get the most farm between these two. I think Chaos, they're both pretty capable carries. I want to give Sven a little bit of an advantage because Cleave will take out the Chaos Knight illusions, but not very quickly. I mean, they're pretty freaking tanky illusions. Mid lane here, we're going to see Pudge versus Windrunner. Pudge is going to have a bit of a difficult time because Windrunner is a 600 range hero, but provided he can get levels, he should be okay. We're just seeing some harassing back and forth on these supports. I keep having to, like, nervously check this mini map because I know first blood is going to happen. I don't want to miss it. Oh man, see dewarding going on here. They miss this ward. It's gonna. Oh, I heard a gale go off. It's on top of the Leshrac, and he will go down. First blood going to the Sven. It's gonna be very quick boots on him or an urn, whichever one he wants to go first. It looks like he is building an urn. Does he know how to play carry Sven? Alright, whatever, I'm not going to ask questions. This top lane's going to be pretty even. Fuse is going to be able to get a lot of EXP and get his level 6, but Disruptor should be able to control the lane as a ranged hero, possibly Grass, but no, it looks like Tidehunter is doing a good job getting a lot of last hits. I have to give it to him on that note. That's just good plays on his part. Yeah, he's actually leading in terms of last hits now, and Pudge is in second, right above the Windrunner. Alright, so this tri-lane, though, is really where it is probably the most important part. So, winning this tri-lane and making it work is going to decide this game. So, if Chaos Knight can get a good start and get a couple kills up, then he'll be able to do whatever he wants on the map and basically win the mid-game. And then, conversely, if Sven gets his farm, Sven gets a couple kills, he's going to be able to win the mid-game for his team. I mean, it really is that simple because the losing end of a tri-lane, your supports are just so low level. And it's what I've always said about tri-lanes. If you're putting all of your bags into one basket, or at least 3 out of your 5 eggs. And that means if anything goes wrong on your tri-lane, it's not going to work. Like your whole lineup, your whole team is not going to work. And it's one of the really difficult things about Dota. I mean, experience is so critically important right now. As you can see, actually the Radiant were ahead for a while because of, I want to say, denies. But now, because of First Blood, the Dire are just getting further and further ahead. Even though it's not much now, that trend is probably going to continue. As we see already, the Dire tri-lane is significantly higher leveled than the Radiant tri-lane, despite the fact that they're aggressive, and aggressive tri-lanes typically have a harder time getting those early levels, but it does seem to be going pretty well in the Radiant's other 2 lanes. Pudge is able to keep this lane very close in. This is possibly because Windrunner is spamming her power shot. Can't really tell. She is a little low on mana, and she does have 2 points into it, so I'm going to assume that she is. I'm worried about this Chaos Knight, though. He needs to get big quickly in order to be able to contend with this Sven, and unless he can do that, I don't know. I think it's really going to come down to Pudge ganking from the mid lane. And right now, he's doing a pretty good job of getting farm, getting his levels. He's level 5, so he will probably start in the near future. He's got a bottle up. Just wait for him to get boots. Probably not arcane. He'll probably wait. Won't get arcane before he starts roaming. Probably roam before that. Maybe if he can get a kill off on this Windrunner, it'll really help him out. But if Pudge can get big, that's really going to completely change this game because Sven, of course, can't just burst down Pudge because if he's got a bunch of flesh heap stacks, he's way too tanky. And then also Tidehunter's going to be pretty tanky. He is, however, losing this lane to the Disruptor. Disruptor just completely chased him out. And so now Disruptor is winning the experience game. It looks like it was from liberal use of Thunderstrike, which of course is an excellent lane control skill. Now, there is something you can do with Thunderstrike. If you get Thunderstrike, you can walk, instead of running away, you can stand next to your creep wave. Because, I mean, the Thunderstrike damage is going to hit you no matter where you stand, right? And then what you can do is the Thunderstrike damage is an AoE, and that means that it'll push your creep wave back. So it's kind of a lane control skill that's a two-edged sword. But alright, Pudge has his level 6, so we're going to wait for him to make a go here on the Windrunner. He's thinking a couple hooks, he's thinking about it. I mean, it's going to happen. I know it's going to happen. He's waiting for it. He's going to... It just needs to get that lucky position. Windrunner has a regen rune. We're going to have a game pause here. I can just go ahead and speed through it. Oh, okay, we're good. Not too big of an issue. Alright, so I'm seeing a lot less action in this Trilane than I thought I would see. With a 3-stun Trilane, you'd think that maybe you'd be able to get something done, but I mean, there's just so much. Both Trilanes are very, very scary. I like the inclusion of the Lion in the Trilane. He is not getting a lot of levels, but he is level 3, has a couple points into his disable, and he'll be able to do a lot in the mid game against this lineup because this disable is just absolutely so critical against Sven until he gets his BKB. Once he gets his BKB, he'll be able to kind of run wherever he wants to, despite what Lion wants to do. But as it stands, like right into the early mid game, Lion is just going to be such a powerful force. Split Earth is going to miss, so these guys are just going to back off and wait until it's off cooldown. Try it again. If that would have hit, I'm going to bet that they would have just dove straight in on Sven. Split Earth, of course, does a lot of damage early game. I think he's actually putting a couple levels into it. No, actually he's level 1 and has only 1 point. Take it back. That is a problem. That is a major problem. Your Leshrac being level 1 is a major, major problem. This Sentry Ward, by the way, right here, is absolutely the most important thing that the Dire did so far. That is completely confounding these guys trying to deward. I think they've wasted 3 sentries on it now, and they're just not able to deward that and get the pull camp going, and that's why your Leshrac's level 1. And that's probably the most important thing in this trialing, because if Leshrac's level 1, he's not able to do anything. He's only got 1 Split Earth, he's really fragile, and is just not going to be able to trade or do anything with this trialing. Looks like Windrider is going to rotate towards the bottom lane. There is a double damage rune for her if she's able to. Yeah, she will find this double damage rune. Heard another Split Earth going off. Clear some trees, maybe? Yeah, it cleared some trees, but unfortunately not enough trees. The ward is down, and this camp should spawn now, so they can start pulling, get a little bit of lane control back. Yeah, they will be able to pull now, so that should work out for them. Lion's going to go ahead and rotate up towards the rune. Yeah, he's going to drop a ward here so that Pudge has some rune vision, as well as some vision of the Windrunner trying to move. Should also protect the Trilane. Pudge looks like he's going to rotate towards the bottom lane. He's got a salve. He's coming this way. There is no Dire ward vision here, which I really have to say, the Dire wasted all of their wards blocking pull camps and not protecting themselves against Pudge, because Pudge is going to come here and he is going to hook one of your supports, and that's a kill now because there's no ward vision spotting out. They have no clue he's there. They know he's missing, so it looks like they've got some good map sense. They're backing off, but this is definitely not as safe as they could be. I am actually pretty worried about these guys right now. Pudge is just going to sit here, chill right there. He'll be like, hey, what's up, guys? I'm gonna hook you now, okay? They're like, well, shit. So your Biggin is kind of getting, he's really 4 last hits. He's not really able to keep up at all with his Sven. Sven at 37. Farming game really being won by a huge margin by the Dire right now. Biggin, of course, with this tower close. Oh no, there's the hook going in. It's going to hit the Jakira. Jakira will fall immediately to the Lion. And now Pudge is going to go ahead, start bottling up, and he's just going to rotate back out. 1 kill was really all I think they needed to get back into this Trilane. Torch is now level 3 on this Leshrac, so he's got a level 2 Split Earth, which has a larger AoE as well as higher damage. Lion's now level 4. So looking at your levels again really quickly, that means that was a massive jump. Lion and Chaos Knight are above the Trilane, and Leshrac has caught up for the most part. So this is critically important. And now, of course, the other thing is there's kind of mind game problems that are caused by having a Pudge on the enemy team. Like, you can't go out of your tower. Oh, the creep's done, I guess, just to clear out the creep wave. I thought he was going to go on the Leshrac there. I guess not. Oh, looks like Windrunner's rotating down, but she got caught. She got seen by a ward. Lion's Son will miss, but here comes Pudge. Just going to go ahead and pop the ultimate. Some damage here. Chaos Knight should get the last hit. No, actually, we'll go to Leshrac, but that's alright. All 4 of these guys just got a big bunch of experience from that, as well as some gold, so excellent rotation from all of them. I think Pudge could have gotten the kill by himself, but this way, everyone gets that bonus gold from being in radius of the kill. And on top of that, your Pudge is getting bigger, which is the scary thing. Pudge is actually just going to sit here on this bottom lane with an Invisor, and he's just going to wait to have an opportunity to get a hook and catch somebody out of position, because that's really going to mess up everything. Tidehunter actually has come to the bottom lane, so Infinity putting a lot of effort into making sure that this bottom tri-lane is won. We see Windrunner rotating down here also, so this is almost 5-man Dota from like 10 minutes. You're going to see Lion's Stun going down. knocking down the creep wave. We're definitely seeing a lot of commitment here from the Radiant side, so if they don't get a kill or a tower from this, it's going to cost them big time. Tidehunter TP'd, he's got a Ravage, so this team fight can definitely go the way of the Radiant. And also, look at this, they forced everyone on the Dire team to come and defend this tower. Now granted, you've got a lot of ultimates. Oh, Hook's gonna hit on the Venomancer, he's gonna get immediately bursted down. Lion stealing the kill again. There's this kinetic field, static storm on top of everyone. Tidehunter's not been able to get a Ravage off, so he walks off, gets a Ravage on top of everyone. 4 heroes in that Ravage. Hellfire looks like, yeah, the Sven will fall to the Leshrac. Lion buys back, teleports in after falling, and now it looks like the chase is going to come. Hook is going to miss and hit a creep. There's a kinetic field trapping the Chaos Knight in, but he's just going to throw a stun on top of the Jakiro. Jakiro's low. Looks like he may go down to rot damage. Yeah, Pudge is going to get that last hit, and also Disruptor will fall. Venomancer here also in a big, bad spot. Gets picked off by the Pudge. Double kill on the Pudge. He's low, though. He won't be able to fall because Windrunner is way back here and not in range for a power shot, so he's fine. Alright, massive team fight victory there for the Radiant side. Tidehunter Ravage was absolutely clutch. That was an amazing Ravage right here. Caught everyone. Pudge caught 2 or 3 hooks in the middle of that fight. And just there are so many disables coming from the Dire side. And while granted your kinetic field static storm did a lot on top of 3 people, it just wasn't able to kill people, and your Sven wasn't able to get in there and right click because he was getting focused down by the Pudge at the time. So really well executed team fight from the Radiant, and that's really what pulled them ahead. And now with that team fight done, you can see the gold graph, which was heavily in favor of the Dire. 2,000 is now right back to 0, and I believe XP is now, yeah, 1,500 in the to the Radiant advantage. Now granted, this is not too big of an advantage yet. It was a very well played team fight in the early game, and so they've got some level advantage now. As you can see, Pudge is the highest level here on the map, followed by the Tidehunter and the Chaos Knight. But this isn't over, but by any extent. We're gonna see some warding and dewarding. Oh, Pudge on the mid lane gets a hook off onto this Disruptor. Disruptor drops the kinetic field and its ultimate, which means Pudge and Tidehunter will both go down. So 2 for 1 exchange here on the mid lane, but here we see Lion and Leshrac teleporting in to defend here. And I believe they will be able to defend against the 3 unless one of them gets out of position and gets caught out by the Shackle or the Stun. But actually, Whitmer doesn't even have the mana for a Shackle. Mana Boots will be up in 20 seconds, so she should be fine. And on this bottom lane, Chaos Knight is kind of left to his own free reign. I mean, Jakiro has a double damage room, but I mean, hey, it's a Jakiro. I mean, seriously, it's not really gonna do that much with the double damage rune. And it will give Big N the room he needs to farm. I'm guessing, is he gonna go for the armlet or is he gonna go for the drum? He will go for the armlet. He's got the early game gold to do it, and he should get it pretty quickly. That armlet will allow him some regen to allow him to stay in their lane, as well as some early game team fight damage. And it will also make his illusions tankier against the cleave. So I do think it is the right item here. Well picked. Seeing the Dire gather up, I'm guessing they might be smoking here. Is there a smoke? I think there's a smoke. There's not a smoke. It's probably on the. Is it on the courier?
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
No smoke. Okay. Go with that. Disruptor's gonna sit here on the mid lane. Stun will barely miss, but Lion's just going to go ahead up lane. No, Pudge Hook is going to miss, but here's Leshrac with a splitter. It's going to catch, but here's Sven. Huge stun on 2 people, and kinetic field forcing people back. So it looks like Disruptor will be able to make it out alive. Now, granted, your Ravage is back up. Oh, glimpse back in, but that's not the person you want to glimpse. Immediate 4-man Ravage. Jakiro will get hooked, and he'll go down immediately. Windrunner will pick off the Tidehunter, and Disruptor picks off the Lion. So actually, despite Pudge is going to commit suicide, actually. So despite an amazing Ravage on top of 4, that static storm on top of everyone did so much work, knocking down this, killing the Tidehunter, killing the Lion, and really not allowing. Oh, Torch, you're in trouble, man. He's probably going to fall here to a power shot if it hits. Hook is going to miss. Torch is going to barely make it out alive. He's got no regen, so he's going to have to go all the way back to the base. Pudge is chasing this Windrunner. He may be able to get a hook off here on the Sven. Can he hook? Waiting for the hook. Juking. Sven is juking. Oh, I'm waiting. There it goes. Oh, not going to hit. Hellfire's going to make it out. Stun's going to go in. Here comes the rest of the Dire squad. They're coming in. Gale is down onto the Pudge. He goes ahead and ults the Sven. but he's going to take a lot of damage. Hits by the Ice Pack as well as the Urn. He will go down here. Yeah, he's going to fall to the Windrunner, but Lion picks off the Disruptor in the background at that same time. So 1-for-1 trade on solo heroes, so definitely not too bad of a trade. And in your meantime, where the heck is Chaos Knight? What's he doing? He's top lane. Okay, he's just farming. He's got most of his armlet up now. He's about, what is that, like 1,000 gold away? I'm going to see more engagement here on this mid lane. I'm kind of surprised. They're fighting over this dewarding going on right now. So Jakiro was able to deward here. But here comes Leshrac killing off this. He's going to kill off the Venomancer wards, and that's going to allow him to drop his own sentry and then deward again. So dewarding fights going on hardcore between these support heroes. So this is a pretty big battle. We're going to see drop the sentry and destroy the enemy sentry. And I don't know if they've got the sentry range to see this.
Illusion.
Yeah, they do. So that will get dewarded as well. And it looks like is there more dewarding going on up here? No. Pudge is just going to rotate to the top lane now. Disruptor does have a ward vision here. So, crap. Bedron. Ward vision here, so he should know to be careful. But, yeah, he's going to back up behind his tower. That is a good decision on his part. Pudge gets vision. He might be able to get a hook, but it's not very safe. In the meantime, we're going to have a big engagement on the mid lane. Tidehunter Ravage is down. Gale goes off and misses, and so does Ice Path. So, nothing big happening as of yet. We're not seeing any engagement here. Top lane, I'm waiting for Disruptor to get hooked. I'm just, like, watching the minimap to see his hero model just suddenly just get ripped towards inevitable death at the hands of Pudge. Yeah, it looks like Chaos Knight's going to dive. 2 seconds done. Pudge disable, and that is a very dead Disruptor. A well-played dive. Big N needs to change that tower aggro. No, he's just going to go ahead and pick it off. No big deal. Urn goes off to heal him up, and now Ravage is up, so these guys can teleport to the mid lane and still take this fight with Disruptor down. And that's exactly what they're going to do. Sven's going to come and stun, and Pudge hits a hook, even though he's Ice Path. Gets the kill on Jakiro, so very good play right there, getting the hook off. Now he's looking at this Windrunner. Venom Ward is scouting him out, so Windrunner knows it's coming, and unfortunately the Windrunner is not able to pick up the Invisrune because she would have gone straight into Pudge's hook range there. So he gets a free Invisrune, which is going to probably mean a free kill. And Chaos Knight's still farming on the bottom lane. He's not participating in these team fights, whereas Sven has been from very early on participating in team fights, so I'm gonna guess that the last hits, yeah, Chaos Knight has passed Sven in terms of last hits and also levels, I think. Yeah, also in terms of levels, so the highest level are now on the Radiant side. They definitely did a very good job of getting that game back under control after losing the Trilane in the early stages. It was really came down to Pudge and Brother. Pudge did such a good job. He's up here invisible, waiting for an opportunity to get a hook off and a quick kill, as well as catch someone out of position when this mid-game... Oh, Tide is going to get glimpsed back into a kinetic field, but there's no follow-up. The rest of them were hiding behind the tower, afraid of the Pudge. Pudge, of course, is invis, walking around the other side. He's going to get a hook off here. Yeah, he's going to barely grab the Jakiro. His ultimate goes down. This probably will bring down Jakiro. No, Jakiro's going to make it out alive, and Disruptor's going to pick off the Leshrac. Tide Ravage is going to hit everyone, but everyone's dead at this point. Chaos Knight's going to come in, but he's going to get Yule Sceptered up. Only the Jakiro is dead. And Chaos Knight has to back up. Now Lion buys back and comes back into the mid lane. He's level 7, so he's got a finger if he wants to use it. Very roughly finger somebody into a submission here, if he's able to get that opportunity off. Sven is going to come back forward. Hook is going to miss. Venomancer Ward is just going to feed to the Lion here. Just a little bit of gold, no big deal. Stun used to push the creep wave out a little bit. Lion, of course, has not... he hasn't skilled Mana Drain, so he doesn't have the option of regenerating mana by that way. So we're going to see some more hiding out here. Disruptor's in the trees over here. He'll be able to glimpse somebody back, kinetic field them if they play too aggressively. Instead, it looks like Pudge is going to rotate up towards this Haster and pick that up. That's definitely a good tool on Pudge. He can go gank the jungle now with that Haster and look for him to pop it and kill this Jakiro if he can find the Jakiro. He may be able to. He's definitely going to be aggressive now because he's got a very reliable escape tool. Some stacking going on here. Jakiro, oh no. Jakiro is not in a good spot. He's just going to get ulted. Definitely, he's gone. Oh, Shackle Shot will not latch, so Pudge should be able to get out with the Haster. But in the meantime, it looks like the rest of the Radiant are going aggressively onto the top lane. And now Pudge is just going one-man team. Gets glimpsed back. But I think he may still get the kill with the Urn. Yes! And gets the Disruptor. Holy crud. Triple kill. What a... wow. Wow. I have
Dire's
nothing else to
bottom
say.
tower is under
That
attack.
was very nice hook, very nice play.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Pudge too strong, man. Solo kill whole enemy team. I do want to look at this experience graph really quickly. You're going to see 3,000 advantage to the Radiant as well as a 2,000 gold advantage. And while the Dire have been doing a pretty good job in team fights, the Disruptor, like I said, he just does such work in team fights. He's such a strong hero.
Dire's middle tower is
The
under attack.
Kinetic Field is such a good crowd control. Static Storm, of course, such a strong spell. Looks like this mid tower will be going down. No, Tidehunter's going to get cut out of position. There is a ice path, but no shackle. Hook's going to hit a creep. No big deal. Just a little free farm for Pudge. 43 extra gold. Cost of a little bit of mana. No big deal. Pudge is going to get complete room control this game because Windrunner has been forced back behind her towers. And it looks Radiant's going to do a little bit of split pushing, but now here's a death wall coming in. All 5 Dire team members looking to get a kill off. Pudge is going to get glimpsed back. He's immediately going to ult. That ult will get cancelled. Looks like he will get a kill on the Venomancer before he goes down, just because he's so tanky. Look at this. He's already got 15 Flesh Heap charges. 8, 4, and 8. So he's part of 16 kills. So he's gaining a ton of strength. So he's got 23 strength right now, which is just insane. Absolutely insane. He's probably, I don't know. I'm not going to calculate his strength. I'm just going to wait until it comes back up. Tidehunter Ravage is up, so they ought to be able to defend this tower. Stun is going to go down on the Tidehunter, as well as some damage from this Thunderstrike. Thunderstrike. So that will be able to push the Tidehunter back, and it's going to make it a lot more difficult for him to initiate. Yeah, he's going to hit by a power shot too. Lion's Stun's going to miss, and now he's going to hit by an Ice Path. It's a very dead Lion. He's going to get immediately picked off by the Sven. Leshrac is low. Pudge is alive again. Take a look at his HP. Yeah, he's sitting at 2,000 HP. 20 minutes into the game. No big deal. We'll see the mid tower go down though, and Dire will back up. They've gained themselves a slight advantage back now. You can see the spike going the other way on the experience graph, and that's a big spike on the gold graph. Almost 1,000 gold there, going the way of the Dire. They're going to be able to rotate now, possibly do some damage to this bottom tower while the top tower pushes up its own accord. There is a catapult here, doing some damage to it. Windrunner will get the regeneration rune, so she'll be able to do some pushing. That was a terrible power shot, but whatever. No big deal. Regen rune up. Doesn't cost any mana. All good. Doesn't matter. Go ahead and 5-man push this bottom tower too, and I do like this 5-man roaming right now because that's really what you have to do against a Pudge, because Pudge is just so able to take out individual people. I'm just going to cancel this teleport actually. They're just going to let this tier 1 tower go. Looks like Chaos Knight will be able to trade the mid tier 1 tower. The rest of the Radiant team will come in here without Pudge. I don't know if I like that. They're a little vulnerable right now to a glimpse. Yeah, Tidehunter's going to get glimpsed back. Stunned up by the Sven. And here comes a Static Storm on top of him. He's not going to be able to get the Ravage off. Yeah, he will fall to a power shot. Tidehunter buys back to come get a Ravage, and Pudge will pick off the Jakiro, and now he's going to go on the Disruptor, but a very quick Cyclone will keep it back. Sven will get another kill on Lion, but Ravage is going to hit everyone. Sven's going to fall. Venomancer falls. And now we've got a running away Disruptor, probably going to fall to the tower damage here, or just a creep damage. He's sitting at 17 health. 1 creep right click is all it's going to take to kill him, and he really should just go die to neutrals if anything. Yeah, he's going to fall to the tower instead. Dies to the Radiant. No one gets experience from it at least. I think he should have just come suicide into this neutral camp. But either way, that is a whole team wipe coming from the Radiant there after that. A little late, but getting there, Ravage. And that did allow. Pudge did not go down either. He's sitting. I don't think he went down. Pudge go down?
Dire's top tower is under attack.
No, Pudge did not go down. Chaos Knight also did not go down, and he got a kill against the Windrunner, actually, who was on a mega kill streak. So very good gold for him. He's now got a BKB as well as an armlet up, and so he's going to be able to go to town on this Sven, Sven does have a BKB up, as well as a bracer. Looks like he'll be going into that drum, get some attack speed and move speed up to allow him to be kited a little bit less effectively in these team fights. He was getting kited that last fight, but it may or may not be enough because this Chaos Knight definitely is ahead in farm. You can see it's almost a 50. It is a 50 last hit lead into this Chaos Knight sitting at 24 minutes. Neither of them really, no one really has the kind of farm you're looking for. 25 minutes. I don't see any 150, 200. creep skill numbers like you'd see on an anti-mage or a Phantom Lancer, but you will. This is definitely very good farm, considering that both of these teams have been doing a lot of roaming and ganking from very early levels into the game. So definitely good control going both of these teams. And then you can see here that although Chaos Knight has a lot of farm, no one else on his team really does. Disruptor, Sven, and Windrunner are sitting at 2, 3, and 4 in terms of creep kills. So they are doing a good job of staying in this game and splitting the farm up pretty evenly, so that and that's one of the reasons why they've been able to do as well in teamfights as they have, because you can see here, despite having high levels on their carries, actually, yeah, it's pretty even in terms of level, but Windrunner is able to do a lot in teamfights. Disruptor and Sven, because they have these important items, because you've got that BKB up on the Sven, because you've got most of the mech up on the Disruptor, and because you've got your Force Staff up on your Windrunner, they're able to do a lot. You're going to see a very aggressive game being played by this Radiant team, though. I don't know if their advantage is not that high. They're only 3,000 gold and 5,000 EXP. 5,000 EXP, of course, is pretty big at this stage of the game. That's about an eighth of the total XP, so earned by either team. So that means that the Radiant are at a pretty significant advantage. But what they're doing is, you can see this wording. I'm just going to go ahead and show you the vision of both teams. Radiant vision, check this out. They can almost see the entire map, whereas the Dire have that much map vision because they've got no towers and they've got nothing. Oh, we're going to see a big clash here. The Pudge get initiated on, but here's a huge Blink Ravage hitting on absolutely everyone. Sven is going to BKB up, but not be able to get enough damage done. Jakiro's left alive, and so is Disruptor. They're going to have to back off very quickly. I don't think that Jakiro's not going to make it. He's definitely going to go down, and Disruptor will make it out alive, but this means that this tier 2 tower is going to go down, and damage might even be put onto the racks. That was huge team fight. Huge Blink Ravage there. That was an excellent Ravage coming out of this Tidehunter, and that completely set up this fight and pretty much ruined it completely for the Dire team. They just weren't able to, as soon as that Ravage got off, they just weren't able to do anything. The Static Storm went down, but unfortunately, if Tide had been a little bit less careful in his Blink, oh, that hook is barely going to miss. The whole Radiant team is still here. Disruptor will be killed. Glimpse back the Pudge. Kinetic field up, but Force Staff out. Force Staff coming from the Pudge. He does have a Force Staff up, as well as Tranquil, and it looks like he's getting a BKB, just so that he can channel the full duration of his ultimate. Going to see 5 men chasing. Hook goes the other way, though. This Jakiro could go down. No, a very quick Yule Scepter is going to keep him alive. Lion's Stun will slow these guys down, but I think Pudge will go down here. Dual Breath is going to hit him as well. Force that forward, though. He's going to pick off the Jakiro before he dies. Wow. Huge plays coming from this Pudge. This is one of the best Pudges I've ever seen in my life. Dendy, look out, man. Got a heck of a Pudge coming here. Fender's going to go ahead and farm with the mid lane, and Chaos Knight is still kind of getting free farm on this top lane. No, I should probably switch back to both team vision, shouldn't I? See, Chaos Knight definitely getting free farm. He's got ultimate aura now, so it looks like he is going for the mana style. Sven's going to get a pick off on the Leshrac over here, so he's getting some kills, getting back into the game, and you really can't fault him. He's 8-3. Mech is up on the Disruptor, and are there any other important items going on here at this stage of the game? We see, yeah, Mech and Yules. I really like this build on the Disruptor, except I'd like to also see a mana boost. Venomancer just has a freaking silliest. Looks like Windrunner is going for an Orchid, but will not be able to get it in the near future. See a lot of teleports going up onto the top lane. Chaos Knight could be in trouble here. BKB is up and starts going in, and he's going to do some damage, but I don't think he'll be able to get any kills here. He's probably going to end up going down. Yeah, earn up on the Chaos Knight. Biggins going to try to get a kill, but there is the Yule Scepter keeping him alive, and 1v4. That's really not going to work out very well. Got pretty close to picking off the Sven, but not quite enough. I think that was his 10-second BKB charge, so he will now only have a 9-second one. We see Sven, of course, is getting closer to whatever next item he wants to pick up. He's got 1,000 gold in the bank now, save for last hits. A lot of these last hits are going to the other players on his team. You know, I kind of said I liked it before, but now I'm a little worried because Sven does not have his second item, and it's almost 30 minutes. You really, as a carry, you have to have 2 big items by 30 minutes, or you're really not going to be effective enough come late mid-game. And that's really what we're approaching pretty quickly. Your Pudge, he's got most of his BKB. Your Chaos Knight has BKB armlet, and he's about to get a Manta style.
Haste.
Your Tidehunter has a Blink Dagger as well as part of a drum. Looks like Pudge might be in some trouble here. We see a smoke gang coming in, and they might catch him here. No, they will not see him. Instead, they're going to go onto this Leshrac. Leshrac will get shackled, but here come the TP support coming from the Chaos Knight, as well as the Lion, and Pudge is in position in this background here, so these Dire have to back off quickly, or someone's going to get hooked out of position. Here comes the hook. Oh no, Lion, you're in the way, bro. Get out of the way. Yeah, he's going to go straight up out of the way. Hook is going to hit on this Sven, definitely. Sven is going to die here. Macropire is down, but it's not really on top of anyone. Sven falls first at the Chaos Knight. Looks like Pudge might go down here. Yeah, he will fall. No, commits suicide. Big play there. And now Chaos Knight is going solo into the enemy 14. Lion's too low to come out. Everyone got hit by that Venomancer ult, so Chaos Knight's in a bad position. No, huge Blink Ravage on top of everyone. Chaos Knight will finally fall, but not before two the other enemy team do. Lion falls as well, and now a Gale will hit this Tidehunter. No, Gale will not actually hit the Tidehunter. He'll miss. Tidehunter is low. He's not able to chase anymore. He's got a blink. He may be able to catch up to this Venomancer. Yeah, there's a Gush. We'll be able to pick off the Venomancer. Shackle will latch here, though. It's a heck of a hackle shot. Windrunner will be able to be the only lone survivor here. I think Leshrac died and then managed to respawn quickly. I don't think he survived that. He does have mana boots and is getting towards a BKB, so that's going to get pretty scary soon. Once he gets his level 2 ultimate, he's just able to run through, doing a lot of work in this mid-game teamfights with the magic damage. Tidehunter, of course, is already level 15, almost level 3 Ravage. Has a Bracer, will probably start working towards a bigger item. I would like to see a pipe up on somebody on this Radiant team. I do not see it being built by anyone at the moment. In fact, I don't see a pipe being built by anyone on either team. So that is kind of unfortunate. I think a pipe on both teams would be very useful. Of course, it wouldn't block the hook damage, but it would, of course, block Lion's damage, some of Chaos Knight's stun damage, a lot of Leshrac's damage, and all the damage from the Ravage. So it would definitely be helpful on the Dire, as well as obviously it would help on the Radiant. Look at that lineup right there. It's an insane amount of magic damage. So we'll see Pudge coming up here and aggressively warding on top of this hill. We see a lot of sentry wards placed, so a lot of de-warding in all of these places was done by the Radiant, which is really why they've been able to take team fights coming through this mid-game. But Dire have gotten some map control back up of their own. They unfortunately have not taken this top tier 1 tower. So in terms of towers, this game is currently pretty even. Unfortunately, that is not reflected by the gold graph, because the Radiant really do, at this point, just have so much more farm on the scale. So let's take a look at net worth here, just to show you what I mean. 1,100 as it's a 3,000 net worth lead. 3,000 is most of a big tier 4 item. So it looks like we're going to see is this going to be a Crystallis up on the Sven next, I'm guessing? I do not see any items in his stash or on the Courier, so I'm going to assume that's what he's going for. After a BKB, that is going to give him a lot of burst damage, as well as just bigger right-click damage, so that he can make more use of his BKB. Unfortunately, he is a little low on his BKB charges. No one's been stacking the Ancients. We will see this one stacked now. But unfortunately, if he had a couple Ancients, no, you're not going to stack the Ancients. Why aren't you going to stack the Ancients? It's your Sven. You don't stack Ancients for him, no. But the Radiant know what's up. They're smoked. They're coming up to the Ancients right now. They're going to catch somebody out. It might be Venomancer. Yeah, Venomancer's probably going to get initiated on right now. Here comes he's going to get his ultimate off, though, on top of everyone. Static Storm, Kinetic Field, that's going to hit on top of everyone as well. Chaos Knight will get a kill on Disruptor, but Disruptor will finish off the Lion. Sven BKB's up, going onto the going onto the Leshrac, and he will probably get that kill. But now Sven's in trouble. He's going to get picked off by the Tidehunter, and it looks like that's a 2-for-4 trade with a tier 2 tower thrown in just for free. So losing only the 2 supports on the Radiant. So very unfortunate team fight for the Dire there after a huge kinetic field. And I don't think, was Ravage used? I guess it was. I didn't see it go off. I was busy watching Sen chase people in the background, I guess. We will see this Roche go down pretty quickly. He'll get held down for a minute by the Pudge's ultimate, which of course does go through Roshan. But Chaos Knight also really tanky as the Pudge, so they will be able to tank this and bring it down very quickly. With a lot of Chaos Knight crits. It's critting for, I want to see what he crits for right now with the armlet on. Trying to get the chance. Chaos Knight won't get an Aegis here, so he's able to be very aggressive. Windrunner will do a little bit of damage with power shots, won't be able to really do anything. significant. So we're just going to wait now for, I guess the Radiant can push once Chaos Knight heals up. He doesn't have any lifesteal, so he won't be able to heal up that way. He does have 11 regen per second, so pretty good on his part. A lot of strength. So he should be able to heal up pretty quickly here. He has his Manticile if he wants to purchase it. Instead, he will probably stay for buyback. So it looks like the Dire are going to smoke up and head into the Radiant jungle. They might be able to pick off this Tidehunter if they go the right way. It looks like they will. They'll get vision here if they come into this spot. Instead, it looks like they're going to come around this way. I don't know. Maybe they're feeling a little unsafe. The whole Radiant team is missing. They don't know where anyone is. They don't have vision of them up on the top lane. They will come around a little bit too late. Did not end up seeing the Tidehunter, so this is a wasted smoke angle. Looks like Pudge is actually going to run into Disruptor here on the top lane. Pudge is just going to get a free kill here. If he goes the other way, no, actually he doesn't. He's going to come up here on the top lane. There's going to be a stun up. Chaos Knight jumps right in. Disruptor's going to fall immediately. Ice Path will slow the Chaos Knight down a little bit. Pudge will miss. And now Dire on the run. No, Sven gets reality rifted up to the high ground. He's going to fall immediately. Gets brought down with a, was that a 400 damage crit? I think it was a 400 damage crit. To keep track of that. Sven now even further behind, has not finished his Crystallis, so he does not have crits up yet. Pudge is going to force that himself forward into the hook. He's going to pick up the Windrunner, but there's an immediate Windrun. She's going to back off, and so she will survive that just barely. She's very close to an Orchid. Once she gets that, she will be able to silence this Pudge, or silence the Tidehunter further and ignore him, allowing him to allowing the Dire maybe to prevent that Ravage, because these Ravages have been cute in these team fights.
Tower is under attack.
And we will see, so we're going to see the push here. I think this is exactly what the Dire should be doing, because Sven, I want to say, is a little bit harder of a carry come late game, provided he gets his farm up at some point. So I think that the Radiant should press the advantage that they have right now. Hook is going to go up, will not hit, unfortunately. Positioning very good from the Dire squad. We're going to see Manta plus his ultimate coming from Chaos Knight. He's going to immediately assassinate Sakura with 600 damage crits. He's going to get stunned up, though. Big silence going against this Tide. He's trying to get in position. He's going to hit the Ravage, but it's only going to hit the Sven and barely the Windrunner. Sven will end up going down. Venomancer falls as well, so there's 3 dead. Looks like this tier 4, yeah, this Rax is gone. GG is called. And that's going to be it, guys. 36-minute game, pretty short. Came to a conclusion very quickly there after the mid-game. These team fights just were insane coming from this Infinity Gaming squad. I really have to say, I'm really impressed by the Tidehunter Ravages as well as the Pudge play. Your Dire team really, they didn't play badly. I don't think they really made any concrete mistakes that I saw, other than just really not being able to do as well in the Trilane as I thought, and not being able to roam effectively. They just have the map vision and the presence in the team fights to bring it down. I mean, yeah, I can't really say that any one of these players played badly. I definitely think that they had the potential to win. It just came down to a big snowball advantage that Pudge picked up. I mean, look at this guy. 32 flesh heap stacks. He's sitting at 3,300 HP. He's so freaking tanky. And your Chaos Knight is also really tanky, sitting on an armlet as well as the Black King bar. I mean, there's no way you could have brought him down. So, that's it, guys. This has been, like I said, this came from MLG Ladder, so thanks for checking it out. Thanks for watching. Hope to be able to bring you some more games from this tournament as time progresses. I'm gonna hopefully also be able to cast some games from the Alienware Arena finals that are coming up next week. So stay tuned for that stuff. Thanks for watching, guys. This is thanks to the teams for sending me replays. If you liked it, go ahead and subscribe, follow all that fun stuff, and stay at the Dota, guys. Thank you very much. This is Kingdom signing out.